see much of a conflict between the assertion of the fact that you need to have privacy, and yet at the same time you need to have right to information. Because I think fundamentally it's important that in any transaction that two parties have, there has to be a symmetry of information. If there is an asymmetry of information in any transaction between you and your banker, you and your government, it's going to be something which is going to be unfair and it's going to be unjust. So therefore, it's extremely important that when we build any means of governance, we have to build mechanisms that will create some kind of a symmetry. And this symmetry is what the right to information actually tries to bring about. So if we really look at the Right to Information Act, the preamble itself says that it's created for transparency and accountability. And I think Professor Acharyallu pointed out very elegantly that the old notion from British era of the Official Secrets Act, how can an official be a secret? The whole oxymoron of it, he brought out so elegantly. So if you look at the preamble itself, it says that, look, there cannot be an official secret. You do need to actually bring in transparency and accountability. It also underlined the fact that this is what public authority should do. So when we talk of the very notion of there being a public authority, it's not a private authority. So a public authority cannot hold private information or personal information. And if it does hold personal information or private information today, I think what the privacy judgment should do, and I would expect it to do, is that every public authority will consider asking citizens about personal information. It should not be holding anything which is personal information. Anything with a public authority is for public consumption. It is because you and I have actually hired or created the public authority through a mechanism of governance. And therefore, it is very much supposed to give us the information that it has, because it is our information for our governance. So, if it has any of our personal information which doesn't pertain to this governance, it should not be having it. I'm very clear about that. It should not be having it. And that's what the privacy fight has all been about. That, why are you taking information which has nothing to do with your governing a particular sector or a particular domain? And why is this information being shared with people who should not have it? And I think in this light, it's also important to recognize that if India does talk about coming up with a Privacy Act, we have to be very careful that we do not go the kind of European way. Because in some sense, by recognizing that third parties can have rights which are created on data or information which does not belong to a transaction which is between two parties, we are actually creating third party rights while we say that we are trying to protect your privacy. So it's important to recognize that if there are vendors which are hired by governments or by bankers, who suddenly, by signing a privacy agreement with you, can have a right created for them because there is money to be made, you suddenly ended up having a Privacy Act pass out the whole right that you held to your data, to your information. So I think it's very important to watch out that this doesn't actually do exactly the opposite of what it promises. And therefore, in some sense, I think while it's important to have a Privacy Act too, it's important that we not forget that at the end of the day, information is about creating symmetry, and it's about ensuring that fairness and justice cannot be compromised. If fairness and justice is compromised, then there will be a serious issue.
Thank you, Anupam.